Hello, and welcome back to the Let's Play world. I did some stuff off camera. I went into the Nether, and I think I'll throw that on at the end of the episode, just to gather some Netherite, and had some fun with TNT while out there. And I was just checking this thing, and it was completely full of honey and backed up. Now, I think I want to add on something to this redstone, because I do believe if it does back up, it'll still try to work. How does this work? Okay, redstone has to make it up to these. Yeah, so when the redstone gets up here, it'll trigger the dispensers. So eventually, if everything backs up, it'll keep firing, and it'll just basically jettison those bottles of honey into the area, and they won't get picked up once all these hoppers are backed up. But I did create this kind of overflow switch that basically just unlocks a hopper to allow the contents from this barrel to go into this chest. So this is currently, I just crafted a bunch of honey blocks. Oop, just fired. Here it comes. So what I was thinking is we could add something onto this line so that when the honey gets... what should I do? Oh, I think I have an idea. I think we'll add a secondary switch. Let's just gather some things. Okay, maybe. So this is when, if it backs up to here, it unlocks that. If this ever gets backfilled even further, let's say to here, so if we put on another comparator right there, that means that even our secondary storage, this chest, is full. And I think there's just one. Yeah. I think on the other side I've added in another double chest. So I should be able to take a signal off of this hopper and somehow power everything. I think that's the easiest way. It will cause it to fire once, though, which means every time it backfills, we will probably lose a glass bottle, and it will despawn. Or would it? It might just introduce some... No, I guess it would get picked up, maybe. I don't know. This could be flawed, but let's give it a go. And I'm just going to rework this a little bit to make it a little bit more friendly, having these two next to each other without interfering. And we could do that just by using some blocks. And I think we could do that. I'll maybe swap that out. I don't think it's... Yeah, it's not cosmetic anywhere. Just keep our redstone on these blocks. Oh, it has already connected there. So that might be enough. If I did that, and that. Except I need this reversed. Created a nice clock. So that doesn't work. Also, we don't want this firing every time it's at a signal strength of 1. We want to at least have an additional signal strength, because otherwise every time an item passes through, it'll set it off, and that's why we just got a clock. So let me change that to there, and then we could send it up. Let's see. If I do this... And then we put one torch here. Let me figure this out. I think that should work. Fortunately, it does take away my access to this ladder. I think... No, actually, I could get rid of this. Maybe not. Okay. That'll work. Access if we need it. And you can go right there. Alright, so this line is intact. Just reworked it a little bit. This one, if it gets to a signal strength of 3, it'll trigger this torch tower. Happy with that. And let's test it. So I'll just simulate this being locked, so nothing will get past this hopper. I'm just going to backstuff these with some random items. And then, once that starts filling up, do we have any honey? Yeah, so I did get some glass bottles from me doing the tests. So let's see how many stacks it takes. So, if we put that and that, yeah, it fired. And now it shouldn't run again. Which means those things should just fill up with honey, and then they'll just wait. They won't get triggered. Now, I think it will require me to manually reset the thing. But no bottles got thrown out. One bottle got thrown out. But, okay. We'll just consider that acceptable losses, and I'll check back on it. I mean, right now we don't have any use for this much honey, but maybe. Okay, so that works. I'll probably do the same on the other side. This one I have added in a second chest. It's kind of hidden down there. We can access it. Yes, and it is full of honeycomb. So I should probably convert most of it to honeycomb, but this stuff we can use to make candles, as well as to wax signs, so they can't be edited, to wax the copper blocks. So it might be more useful to store it as a honeycomb than converting it all to the blocks. Okay, that should do it. Getting this one will trigger a little bit sooner when it's backfilled, but that's okay. Yeah. Also going to do is make use of this storage area down here, and I'll just store the excess. And every once in a while I'll clear out our stockpile here. There we go. 3 barrels and almost a chest full. And then all this is ready to go again. Perfect. Yeah, we can move these two. And if I ever have to manually reset it after it's been locked out, I can just do that, and that'll fire them all off. And it'll work automatically again. And the cost of doing that will be some glasses will come down, or some bottles. Alright, that's that. Also, since last episode, I changed the sound to be a little quieter, and also made it trigger more frequently. Every once in a while, one of them does desync or stops following the note block and then starts following me. Hi, Bruce. I did go ahead and name some of the villagers. I also learned that you don't need to have them as zombie villagers. You can name them just with a name tag now. The way I used to have to do it was in an old version. So this is Fern. He's our main guy for our produce. And then I just kind of randomly picked a couple of these for all of our librarians. Parker's a new one. He's one of those ones I trapped in glass, and I got them to be protection. So I kind of went for at least the new ones that I named purposefully. Parker, P for protection. I also have a Sam. Sam is sharpness, so just some alliteration. But the rest of them are just random. So we can just learn who Quinn is. Quinn, you have sweeping edge. Very good. The two new ones, Parker and Sam, have not been converted. Or maybe you have. Parker? Yeah, Parker's still expensive. I have noticed that things get cheaper anyway, just because of our village and how it's working, and because of there's a feature called Gossip. So I guess because the situation of the village itself, I guess, is favorable. And if we're trading with some villagers, I think Gossip happens. I don't know exactly how all that works, but I think it just generally lowers the prices for us because our villagers are mostly treated well, as far as the game knows. So we have two blacksmiths, right? Or armor? I would consider the armor to be the blacksmith. That's the weaponsmith. I mean, truthfully, Arthur would probably be a better name for a weaponsmith. So let's make the weaponsmith Bender. So yeah, you can just right-click. No need for two accounts or any shenanigans. So we can easily rename our villagers. So if anybody ever has an idea for a name, except for this one, your name is forever test subject 01. Yes, I did go ahead and make 10 netherite ingots. So let's go ahead and play around with this feature. The new way of upgrading. Where's my chest plate? There we go. Yeah, let's just do what we have here for now. I don't know which ones we want to upgrade. I think what I will end up doing is creating a gear set for the nether out of netherite. That way, if I do die in lava, my gear should survive, although it might be really hard to find it if I die like I did last time. Alright, next we need some of these smithing templates, which I did lay out somewhere. Here we go. So these are one-time use. However, you can duplicate them. So we don't want to go hunting for them again. We don't need to. So we'll always just create them as we need them. So I'll leave one. So that'll be for our armor and then our tools. So, I mean, I must have laid out the right amount, I think. Let's just do them all. So we got 10 of those. And then same is true to this one here. How many do I want? 5? No. Oh, yes, I do, because I want to have one left over. Done something wrong. We need one more cobble. Let's make 2. Sure. So this means we have something we haven't really had a use for our diamonds, so I just leave them in ore form in case I ever want to use them decoratively. But depending how many templates we go through, we might have to start harvesting them. Okay. So now we should be able to use this thing. And that to make our first netherite. And our chest plate is probably the thing we will never wear, but maybe sometime. Hi, I'm busy. So I did remake my gear. So I made a new pair of leggings with the Swift Sneak. These boots I already had, but they're decent, so they'll be our new main boots. I may want to have a gold. I liked having a gold helmet for Nether just because the piglins don't attack you by default. Only if you open their chests or steal their gold. But we'll make that for now. Oh, and achievements. And now the things we can use to decorate the gear for the new trims. If you haven't seen this stuff, I'll try to show it to you. Now I think this is all of them. I think it's these 6. And it basically allows you to add in a secondary color. That's kind of neat. It really allows you to customize armor. Yeah. So this one is... Let's grab some of the other ones too. I wouldn't mind making some other armor sets using some of these other templates too. Like we got a lot of these coastal ones. These other ones we'll have to duplicate before we can use them, or else we have to go find some more of them. So it gives a little preview here, but yeah, kind of add a secondary color. Now I think I like quartz myself. Oh, and it does shimmer a bit with the enchant. That's interesting. You know, but you could make some purposely stylish gear. But like if we did have a gold helmet, we could kind of do a reverse. Have a gold helmet with some netherite. So I think even the netherite changes it a bit. It adds it in darker. But I do believe I'm going to go... that's not a bad one. This one just changes it the most, which is, I guess, kind of why I like it. And I'm just going to go very plain and make them all the same. And then we might make a different helmet as well. There we go. It is different. So what we could do is like play around with this one. Let's take a look at the coastal. Coastal just adds a little line through it. Be a waste of another netherite ingot to do it. At least we don't have enough of them yet. Now I'm pretty boring, so probably won't come up with anything too fancy. Where are the boots? Oh, I have them on. Yeah, interesting. So it could be fun to display them all. At least get one of each. So that's the coastal. What was this one again? The silence. That's the one we found in the deep dark, the ancient city. Except this one we're going to wear. But it would be nice to have one on display as well. Oh, I think you can do copper as well. I didn't check that one out, but that's available for trim. And I think what we should do is maybe put this somewhere over here. Here we go. We'll store these here. There we go. Another thing I did between episodes is all the note blocks are kind of driving me nuts. This door should no longer trigger kind of randomly. I've made it. I used one of the calibrated skulk sensors. Just somewhere in here. This mess of wool. There it is. And I have a lectern here set to 5. So this comparator will read a signal strength of 5 and input that into this side of the calibrated skulk. So this will only activate if it detects us putting on a piece of armor. But I think it might be transmitted from where my feet are, so it's blocked by the wool. If we do it upstairs, also, yeah, this is kind of why I put wool everywhere, because there are no blocks in here. And I was trying to keep the allay from getting sent over to these no blocks. So everything is just blanketed in wool everywhere. It's very pretty. So yeah, now it's just right on this leaf block. If we take off a piece of armor and put it back on, it triggers the door. I also changed the tone. And the other one is right under here. It used to be here, but I had to move it. It's interfering with some redstone. So now there's a bit of a clue that there's something that you can do here. So I got rid of the wool because I'm pretty sure we could test it. If the carpet's there, I don't think it would work because the carpet will block it. Well, I'm absolutely wrong. In that case, we'll hide it. I'll get another piece of wool. So close. Hi. This is our underground, our mob farm. I come down here occasionally just to check up on things. How much rotten flesh we're getting. This is one of our other villagers. That's a bit cheaty from a time long ago. So you can trade infinite, which I think I've shown before. He never resets, he never locks out. You can just forever trade. The downside is you also can't decrease this. So even if we got them infected, nothing would happen. Their prices wouldn't go down. So his price is fixed. So we can trade rotten flesh with the same villager, which we get the XP bottles at. And we can do that a bit cheaper. Or we can get more emeralds per flesh. But, I mean, we have a lot of flesh. So I have a bit of flesh up there that I trade, because I can essentially convert rotten flesh to XP bottles and still net a little bit of a profit of emeralds from the exchange. Look at us. All fancy. How do I... There it is. It does look weird, or it looks modded. But it's not. I also recently added this in, which is a hopper line, with also some indicator lights. So this lets me know how full our gunpowder is. And now if it overflows to this point, I used to have it set up that it would trigger a bell rapidly, I think. I can't remember. Yeah, it would just initiate a clock. So it would alert me that this is full before it starts to backfill. But now I have it sent upstairs because we do have some gunpowder storage. So it gets sent to this dropper, which goes into our water streams. That eventually goes up that item elevator, along with all of our sugarcane. So something I want to do pretty soon, might be the next episode, is create a shulker shell farm. So that we don't need to have so many chests. We can start storing stuff into shulker boxes instead, like all these things with our smooth stone and stuff. Oh, I also do convert bone blocks. All these bones from skeletons I occasionally convert into bone blocks in case we ever need tons and tons of bone blocks or bone meal. Alright, well before we jump into the Nether footage and say goodbye, let's see if we can quickly do something. Let's see how many wither roses we can get. Okay, we have a lot of eggs. Right, 5 shulker boxes full of eggs and some in our inventory. Enough for 2 withers in case we screw up. Potion of poison to make sure the chickens will die. Off to the end we go. Really? There's an allay here. You followed me all the way, did you? Well, you do you. One day I shall build an end room. Right, didn't follow me here. Good. Alright, I'm going to try to get them all in one location. There we go. One inventory item. Should be able to just stand here. Oh, no, you gotta not come up here though. Also, I realized why I can do this so fast. It's because my right click is my spacebar for Minecraft. So I can fire it as fast as my keyboard repeat setting is set to. Okay, and my sound is completely messed up, so that's a good sign that we have a lot of them. This is going to be a bit tricky. What could go wrong? Oh yeah, I'm totally going to be able to place... I need to reverse the wither and make him come this way. Okay. Also, I don't think I can place skulls in water. Let's confirm. Yep. All right. Let's poison. Come on. Place it. Oh, shoot. Gotta get rid of the water there. This will be a one-time thing. We'll find a better way. Perfect. We'll just take the hit. Couple survivors. Well, he made it through the portal. But no wither skulls seem to have exploded the area this time. Good news. And that netted us nearly 5 stacks. Yeah, leave a few here. 4 stacks. No, I'll take them all. I think we shall end it here. What I intend to do with these wither roses is adapt this farm. Right now it spawns everything, which isn't a bad thing because it ends up being also a little bit of a gold farm. However, how does this currently work? Oh no, I can't. My plans have been foiled. I thought maybe I could just add some wither roses to the spawning platforms, but of course the pistons would push them right off. Alright, well that settles that. While I'm here, I'm going to farm up some dark oak. So this is where I had intended to farm like 2x2 trees. So I think I shall do that. And while I do that, I shall let the farm run and see what I get. If nothing else, we'll collect some gold, which should get collected here. And that'll be handy to make golden apples and things. But that's all for now. Yeah, a bit of a long episode. And I think the montage in the Nether is about 7 to 10 minutes. I can't remember. Anyway, enjoy. And we'll see you in the next one.